at all here in the south. I've seen it in the north, but they didn't do a really good job on that Freya picking. They didn't have like a marksman or a gold laner, like a marksman for the gold lane. They chose a Freya instead, and that didn't work out in their favor at the end.
Yeah, you're right, but now here the situation is, despite like we're not seeing Freya in this AMER South so far, I don't think that is okay. Harriet is getting very strong, especially from the last updates from the last patch notes. But we'll be okay because I was thinking that DreamMax was like straight ahead for Zunshin pick here as a first pick for especially Shai Kichi because she is playing so well, but no. They like, okay, we are going to think something different, so they guaranteed the Suyu as the first pick here for a DreamMax, but now Black Sentence has the chance to guarantee Zunshin, for example, in this response.
It's really interesting too because it's almost like hot potato now. It's like no, you take Zushin, and we'll base our entire strategy about being able to close that distance and get to that back line. And Suyo does a great job of being able to dash and get to the back line there as well. And they don't pick it either. They go with the Eve and the Khalid pickup here as well. So that's going to be very interesting. And I'm wondering what you do. Do you pick up the Zushin? I mean, I don't mind the Zushin being picked up here. I feel like this is a very odd scenario that we're in too, because we do have a good enablement there from the Khalid to be able to use that Raging Sandstorms to be able to get to the back to get to Zushin. I believe, yeah, Yuzong is still open and available, so for us to be able to kind of use that Black Dragon to get to the back, and we're gonna go ahead with the Claude pickup. Then maybe Zushin, there's some memo that went through in the south where they're not we're just gonna kind of keep away from Zushin here right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're not picking her up. Right here we have Valentina being picked up on the side of DreamMax. I was about to say that Eve Ivy is a very strong contender too. She's been, her damage is very strong, and if kept safe, she can do massive damage and be a big factor in a win for the team.
Yeah, for me it's something like a mind chess here between the two teams. Like, yeah, so yeah, no, keep the Zunshin for yourselves, and the other team like, oh no, you're up to something. I can feel it. No, you can keep the Zunshin here, bro. And at the end of the story, one side came with the Valentina here, probably for the mid lane, but we can also think about the possibility that she goes for XP lane. Who knows? Because we're actually seeing here if Sora can being chosen by Black Sentence in an XP lane, so Valentina can be a natural counter on this side. But now here we're seeing the last phase of banning here, Bruno for a DreamMax, and now Lapu for a Black Sentence, coming up with a Fredrin here and a jungler versus a Suyu. One side here is a burst of damage, especially for being a great finisher situation that is Suyu. Another side like guarantee, like a longer team fight to trying to guarantee this objective. So I think that things here are going to be very interesting in this first match.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me too, because Marcel isn't been picked up either for either of these teams. I think you still have the option on DreamMax's side to pick up the Marcel. I'm not, I don't really know that their composition really favors it, but I think we saw in the north as well that the composition, you can use Marcel as a bit of an engagement tool, or to kind of, if the fight isn't going your way, to use it to disengage as well without much detriment to your team. You just, guys, everybody needs to be on that same page. When it comes out to a big focus here on the marksman lane, you still do have Carrie out there that can kind of come out there. She dishes a decent amount of damage to the Claude, but when it comes to, I feel like Carrie is, against this type of composition that can close the distance on you so quickly, Carrie might be in a little bit of trouble, especially because it takes her so long to, as like a fourth item, to be able to pick up that Malefic gun, where she's going to be able to have that distance that she wants. Here to help with their backline diving from the side of Black Sentence, they're going to go ahead and scoop up a Yuzong.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to get that threat out of the way as well, because Yuzong would probably be used against the Eve as well, as she would want to be staying far back while she does drop her ultimate. So that kind of takes that threat out. But here they go ahead and pick up the chip on the side of DreamMax.
Yeah, guys. When it comes to Marcel, I was talking to some content creators, to some players, for example, about like Marcel situation, especially in an AMER South with like, okay, when he's picked, he's about like 50% of win rate or less, for example, and most of them were saying something like, okay, I see, Marcel. It is a very special pick that most of the teams are still getting used to like play and knowing how to play with this pick, especially in the roaming here because of the execution, the synergy, the perfect time here to get like engage, for example, with the golden hour or disengage. So maybe I think that maybe it takes a little time for the most of the teams here like to know him well, know him better, and start playing more with Marcel. And maybe that situation here, that now or never situation, Private, could not be the best idea for guaranteeing Marcel in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he has. I feel like he's kind of slipped a little bit. There's a lot of boxes that need to go correctly for you to be checking to have a successful game with him. I do like Goo picking up this Terizla as well. Terizla has kind of come onto his own, especially in games against a Fredrin. He actually does very well with being able to chunk down a lot of that damage. They did end up going with the carry, so I'm very curious to see how well are we going to be able to protect them. If anybody can, we've got a decent amount of CC, a decent amount of peel on our team as well. So we're gonna see how well Black Sentence can keep DreamMax at bay.
Yeah, and we can see here another situation that is a chip here with the global mobility. But now we're seeing how things are going to happen because, ladies and gentlemen, the friends, welcome to the Land of Dawn, to the first game here, DreamMax versus Black Sentence. Oh, it is started immediately.
Yeah, already both teams going at each other, left at about 10% health, not leaving anything for the stands. We are in the playoffs, so they're just going to go pedal to the metal right from the beginning. You can already see a nice little grouping of 3 up there for the side of Black Sense to try to escort the Fredrin, make sure he's getting all the gold he needs and rotate quickly.
Yeah, so after the chaotic starting, oh, in the mid lane here, more action. Oh, we're not seeing that, Private.
Yeah, you saw that Khalid actually, Erwin very, very low. A little bit of an engagement there already. Like I said, they're immediately wanting to go ahead, get some exchanges out there, kind of set the tone. Erwin goes into the rock bush, and Shikiche able to find the kill. First blood for DreamMax.
Shikichi is on fire here, my friend Private. The first blood here guaranteed for the mid lane for DreamMax. Now we're about to see how a chip is going to work, especially with this first item here, with this first resource for a DreamMax. But now both teams are heading for the bottom lane here because the first total, 10 seconds remaining, are going to be very important for both teams.
Oh, speaking of mid laners there, Sky able to steal that gold minion away from DreamMax, just laid down that path and able to snake that away. But yeah, now looking at the turtle, you do have both roams in a good position here. Engagement at the bottom. They want to maybe find an engagement on the Papa Dog before they go for it. They decide against it. 4 players for DreamMax. Papa Dog looking for an angle to get in here. They do find Blink, who's in a little bit of trouble. In comes the penalty zone, followed up by the real world manipulation coming out from Sky. 2 Black Dragons are out there as well now, trying to take care of the opportunities. 1 kill goes over to Black Sense. Erwin able to find a kill onto Blink, and that's going to open up this turtle for Black Sentence.
Yeah, so here's the thing about like communication and synergy that we were talking about before. This matches starts here. The guarantee here, the turtle goes for a Black Sentence because Private, we saw some like some situation like Blink getting ahead, like Blink starting some engaged situation here, and now Goo like with the Black Dragon, but he came so he came late and gave the Black Sentence here the opportunity to guarantee 2 kills and the turtle in the combo. But now King can be in trouble.
Oh yeah, he might be in trouble. Came out of this bush into a huge 3-man from Black Sentence. We do have the Blazing Duet coming out there as well. Aurora in trouble, gets taken out there by Goo. And Sky trying to still keep on the damage onto Chikiche. And Blink's gonna go ahead and find himself a quick ride home. 3-3 for both of these teams right now.
Yeah, DreamMax's revenge comes right away here with the 2 more kills. The goal lead goes to DreamMax, but not so big. Well, only like, okay, 700 so far here, so it's not a big deal for both teams. So now here in the goal lane, oh, Joel Crew. Oh my goodness, but now Zeus is gonna head back to the base to regen the HP, and now to guarantee the golden crab, and now to recover the mana in the base also privately.
Yeah, one objective did go over to Black Sentence, but the goal just narrowly on the side of DreamMax. Oh, we had a great Raging Sandstorm comes on the blink there, and the whole of Black Sentence at the mid lane able to collapse onto him to get another kill. 27 seconds left for the next Lord.
Yeah,
Turtle.
so next yeah, okay. The next here, like 19 seconds. And now here, the situation that I can sense here, Private, is like DreamMax has so good, like such a good players individually. But in the team play, I think that is there seems something missing, you know, especially like with the synergy. That's what we were talking about, like it's exhausting here, talking about like that, you know, like new players with the new rosters, King heading, oh, in the goal lane here, the top lane, Joe Crew.
Oh, Evil Queller comes out there, smashes into his back, but he is going to get away. That's going to leave it open for this Turtle. They don't have a jungler down there. Black Dragon is out there. King able to scoop up this Turtle for his team. Now we're going to go a little bit of engagement here. Goo in trouble as King comes in from the backside. Blink gets caught by a real world manipulation, is able to find himself and escape. So they pick up the Turtle, but they do lose one.
Okay, in my point of view here, even though you have a chip that have like the global mobility, when you like places, in the top side, oh my goodness.
Yeah, they were able to find a kill on to Zeus, and they're trying to set up for a nice push here at the top lane. But as you were saying,
yeah. So even though like we have placed 2 players on in the goal lane in the top side to try to eliminate your crew, and at the same time you fight back for the Turtle, I don't think that, okay, they could guarantee the Turtle though, but they lost a player in the process, and they also lost another player in the goal lane once again. So once again here, like DreamMax, for me, they have such a good players, but these are new roster, this a new team here. I don't know, dude. Maybe they can win the game, they can win the match, you know. But maybe for a possible tomorrow, they have to talk.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too, is when it comes to this, we're starting to see a little bit of that too, especially when it comes to kind of the lag that we're kind of seeing coming out from Blink on this chip. Chip is a hero that takes some good communication with your team, so that your entire team understands when they're going to go in, when they got these portals coming out as well. You see the damage coming out there. They're chasing down Papa Dog, find the kill underneath the tower even. Aurora from the backside. Real world manipulation to trap 2 of them. Blink looking for an escape as King comes in, putting down Aurora.
Yeah, once again here, DreamMax taking the actions, guarantee 2 more kills, and open the opportunity to guarantee the Turtle to, oops, the Sky using the flip to survive. We got the Turtle. DreamMax got the Turtle. They possibly got the tower here in the bottom lane. Oh, in a roll here. Erwin, what were you doing there?
Yeah, he gets caught there immediately by King, and then just when it comes to Asuyo, there's just not the hero you want to be kind of lackadaisically trying to make your rotations around. He can close the distance so well, as we're seeing here. He's doing a great job of kind of being where he needs to be to get a lot of these kills. Shakiche though, man, 2-0-4 right now. She's everywhere that she needs to be be able to catch Black Sentence in a lot of these engagements. I feel like if I'm Black Sentence, I don't want to check that bush, that's for sure. But we're leaning on Joel Koo right now, who's sitting at 1-0-2. Not a terrible job just yet, and still hanging into it. So we just need to get some of those items and be able to protect her once we get out of this laning phase.
Yeah, so as you makes total sense here. You're totally right about like Joe Crew performances so far, and not like compromising the game. Oh, blink once again here, but here's a chip. Okay, so now the both teams are heading the players in the goal lane, the bottom line. Sorry.
Ooh. I feel like that was the wrong target to try to jump onto. Goo, he's going to come back with the penalty zone flicker out for Blink too. Shakitse might be in trouble, doesn't have any of the dashes left. Is going to find a disengage as Irwin going to use that flicker to get out of there, but gets chased down with the blazing duat by Zeus. King finds a kill of his own onto Aurora, and now looking to put pressure onto this bottom tower.
Yeah, so even though like everything was seemed so lost for Shaikichi, he was able to survive here and bought a time for a DreamMax guarantee 2 more kills. As we're seeing the goal lead now, okay, now the goal lead is a big deal for a DreamMax. It's almost a 6k ahead. We're seeing the Lord came here, like the first Lord on the pitch, appearing in the top side of the river. There is lower 9 of like the first tower for Black Sentence. Even meanwhile, DreamMax is still haven't any tower took down so far. But now the goal, the objective is this Lord, and both teams are heading for that.
Nobody checked that bush for Blink right now. They actually, okay, they do find it out there. They're getting a little pop-up. Here comes the rest of the team, though. Real world manipulation has been laid down. King able to find a kill onto Irwin. Sky comes in onto Goo, but gets replied to very quickly by Aurora. 2 down for each team. King cleaning up the shot, takes down Sky. Papa Dog is next on the list. He's coming in. He wants to take down Joel Crow. Looking for the kill. I believe that would be a savage for our man King.
Where is the king? The king of Savage! The king of the jungle, Private! What an outstanding performance so far! After the triple kill, I was sensing something special about that, but now here comes DreamMax with the wipeout and the Lord guarantee for the Dragon Boys.
After he took down, after I forgot, I think it was who he took down before that final one on the Joel crew. I'm like, oh yeah, you need to dive after that. I don't care if it's under the tower, if it's under the core. I think it's mandated that you go for a savage after you get 4 of them down. King, we were talking about maybe he might not have the synergy with his team. I feel like that was a little bit of an answer for us about whether he would be able to fit into this role of the jungler.
Yeah, so as the say speaks, my friend Private, once king, you never lose the crown. But now once again here, King heading back for this old road, and now we're seeing a DreamMax causing pressure. The Lord is heading on the top side here. No tower number 2, only the high ground, and here comes the boom.
Yeah, now they're going to go ahead and force their will up at the top. Minions crashing at mid and a bottom. So we've got a full lane press here coming on for DreamMax. Black Sentence, Blink actually dives deep into the back line. Aurora is down. Real world manipulation comes out very wisely, able to find a kill onto Goo. Black Dragon has the petrify, is going to be able to find Shakitse, and down she goes. Papa Dog with a great angle there to be able to answer back to DreamMax. Irwin takes a little bit of a stun. King goes a little too deep, gets taken out by Joel Crew, but in comes the blazing duet from Zeus.
Oh, what a chaotic situation now. This team fight here was like forever for both teams. Okay, Black Sentence was able to defend the high ground here after. Oh, but Papa Dog, what are you doing there?
Oh yeah, by himself doesn't really have the reinforcements from the rest of the team, and you have Chip, who can basically, as long as Chip is up, the rest of the team has an instant transportation to anywhere on the map that they want to be. So a great job there done by the side of DreamMax.
Yeah, so good performances so far here from Chaiki to even Zeus in the goal lane with Claude with the 3-1-8 so far. Like the DreamMax's players are doing so great. Okay, at the early game we were talking about the synergy, but oh, here comes.
Oh yeah, Papa Dog again getting caught out. A ton of damage going on to him from the side of DreamMax. Blink and Zeus right there claiming some territory for the side of DreamMax. 25 seconds left for this Lord. And it looks like we're gonna have send King down to the bottom to try to clear out while the rest of the team tries to handle this. 4v5. Erwin down to 25%, is gonna have to use that sand healing to get himself topped up. Now looks like he's actually gonna have to go back to base, so he's going to try to clear out some of these lanes. You see the pressure mounting. DreamMax with some great macro, and Goop looking for an opportunity. Do we have a penalty zone coming up? No, not just yet. We laid down the real world manipulation. The rest of DreamMax looking to disengage from that fight.
Yeah, he was clever here, trying to bait this ultimate from Black Sentence, but now gives them the chance to guarantee one more Lord. King, the king of the turtles, the king of the Lord so far in the first game. Okay, my friend Private, I don't want to be early, but maybe I think that King should never leave the jungler so far for a DreamMax or the team.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing great. Not just that, but the lineup when it comes to a Suyo taking on a Fredrin, immediately, even if they're even team, Suyo's going to start out farming a Fredrin. I think the last time we looked at the score there was almost 3,000 gold in favor of King over Aurora right now, which is kind of the value you're going to get out of a Suyo. Minions trying to pop off at the bottom. Mid laning's beginning to crash, as well as the Lord up at the top. King heading off the spear of this attack, looking for an engagement as the rest of his team takes out the high ground tower at mid. Just one more high ground tower at the bottom, but they don't have the minions in their favor.
Yeah, no minion waves, no pressure here, so DreamMax don't want to take any risks so far in this game, because they know on the other side they have Carry, Juro Crew with 3 kills, a very true damage, a very strong late game with a Yusong, especially Aurora here with a Fredrin and Ivy. That tweet has an interesting outscale so far, so DreamMax knows that they are not willing to do anything to take any kind of a risk here to guarantee the first victory.
You're basically waiting for DreamMax to make a mistake right now. You're a 10k gold deficit right now. Black Dragon is out now. Speaking of trying to make a mistake or force one out there, Goo uses the Winter Crown. That was very early, and he gets taken down by Joel Crew as they lose a one. Now DreamMax forced to disengage a bit and continue on with the clear of their minions.
Alright, so Black Sentence lost the last tower here, but got one more kill for Jewel Crew. Manara see the items here. Oh, Carry is already on a full build. Malefic Gun, Winds of Nature, Demon Hunter, Golden Staff, Corrosion Sight. This Carry is causing so much damage now. So the question is, will Black Sentence be able to protect Carry, to appeal necessary heal for guarantee this next team fight? Look at Blink. Look where Blink is. He's awaiting for an opportunity. He is awaiting calmly, patiently to any forward step from Black Sentence can be lethal.
Yeah, both of these teams already have Wind of Nature too, when it comes to the marksmen. So still going to be waiting to see how that kind of turns out for both of these teams. But like, I want to say almost a 10. It's about an 8k gold deficit for Black Sentence right now. It's not exactly even fighting territory right now. A few more minutes though, I think we're going to get to a point where everybody's basically at a match or at a max build, and you can continue to try to come in and find yourself an angle. Speaking of which, now Black Sentence are looking for it. Aurora's going to go ahead, disengage onto the minion, and I'm looking to see, are they going to try to come in for this? Blink is right there to try to offset this. They go ahead, pull out the Lord. Real world manipulation has been laid down on the backside. Zeus looking for an angle onto the flank of Black Sentence, but they all decide to disengage as DreamMax continue on this Lord.
Once again here, another clever play for a DreamMax, forcing, especially the ultimates here from Ivy, for example, and the Black Dragon for Papa Dog, just for survive, just for like escaping, because the situation was about to be very bad for Black Sentence. But even though the situation is not so good for them, no high grounds, the Lord Hum coming for DreamMax, more advantage. The goal lead here, like, okay, at this point of the game, the goal lead here could not make any change. But check it out. Zeus sold the boots and bought a Wing Talker. So one more item, much more damage coming out for Cloud.
Yeah, and with the Lord starting to come in, 8K down for the side of Black Sentence. You can see at the bottom, King trying to round up all of these lanes. Evil Queller connects onto Aurora from the backside, stun onto Papa Dog. He's going to go ahead and dash away. Black Dragon from the back line. Is that going to be enough? Real world manipulation laid it down on to the members of DreamMax. Down goes Glow. Shakiche might be down as well. They do answer back with a kill of their own. Immortality has been procced for Zeus.
No way.
Now on their back foot, DreamMax overstayed their welcome at the Black Sentence core.
Okay, let me tell you a story here, my friend Private, because on the last season, something similar happened to a DreamMax. You know, there was a game, a DreamMax versus Influence, the old Influence Rage, and DreamMax had so much advantage they had for the base, you know, but there is no mini wave, so Influence Rage in an epic comeback, they guarantee the victory. So now DreamMax, it is time to calm down. It is time to rethink the strategies here, because they have all the chances. They have all the high grounds are taken down by Black Sentence here. So one simple mistake that, as you were saying, Private, one single mistake here for DreamMax could be very crucial for Black Sentence, especially when it comes to carry, when it comes to Ivy, for example, and Papa Dog with this song.
Yeah, we're at the 20-minute mark. I want to say most of our members should have all of the items that they need. Maybe not the immortalities, which is going to start proccing for them. Yeah, we're basically at full build for everybody. Even an immortality for both of our roams as well. So we're looking to basically try to force out a mistake from either side. Maybe catch somebody trying to split push some of these lanes. 21 seconds for these Lord, as we see Black Sentence still have a little bit of life in them. However, the problems that they have is they are still a little bit behind, and the fact that they have a time limit for how long they can get these engagements for before you have these ultimate minions begin running through your base. So that's something that's going to have to constantly be on your mind when it comes to all the macro and trying to elongate some of these fights.
Yeah, but now here it comes once again, a 60 HP Lord heading Ogu. Okay, he is able to survive. But now another Lord here. He is very resistant ones. Both teams here are aware of that. We can see in the little map here, like, Zeus, it is up to something. Is he make a backdoor here?
Yeah, I think he's kind of waiting until this engagement happens. You see, he's trying to be very patient. He wants the minions to push themselves, and then he's going to run in there. But Papa Dog does see it, and he's going to go back to the base. And this might be the opportunity that DreamMax needs. They have the great area here. They have to wait. They can either wait for the team to go back, or they can try to force this engagement. Conceal play is out. Aurora trying to come in there. Is it going to be enough? A stun onto DreamMax stops him from being able to get the retribution. Black Sentence comes in. Aurora able to snatch that away.
Yeah, but here comes once again the next team fight here, but Black Sentence already in the way. But look out, King! King is trying to make a backdoor.
Yeah, he's trying to get in there himself. He gets a retro. He gets himself a petrify. Is he going to be able to do it? Minions are still hitting the base, and they save the base with 1% left. Black Sentence, I know, are counting their lucky stars as the Lord crosses from a base that was almost demolished.
What in the world? What is going on here? And guys, this is only the first game here of this best of 5. But now the Lord heading in the mid lane. DreamMax with a one player less could be the final push for Black Sentence, Private.
Yeah, they still have a chip on their team too as well. They haven't been able to break down a lot of these high grounds just yet. Now, Goo in trouble, taking a lot of that speedy light wheel. Joel Crew able to turn it around. That's going to be 1 player down. Actually, 2 players down for DreamMax as well. The core getting bursted down, 10%, 5. And that is going to be Black Sentence with game 1 victory.
Game 1, so chaotic. Everything happened here, especially a really epic comeback here, Zena.
What a match that was. I thought DreamMax had that one, okay? They dominated the map. They got that Savage with King and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, that one little hiccup they had at the base of Black Sentence cost them because they were not able to like regain footing right there.
There was a great engagement that came out from Sentence as well, because you had the Raging Sandstorm came and landed on to King on that Suyo with perfect timing, because the Lord was very, very low. Aurora came in on the Fredrin. Raging Sandstorm immediately stunned him. He wasn't able to get the retribution. Aurora basically just walked in, got the retribution, and was able to kind of continue that fight. What a great game, though, for King. Unfortunately, this win is going to go over to Black Sentence.
Yeah, so as we are checking out the stats so far, 23 minutes of the first game here. Both teams are about to see like the items and the emblems here so far, so no big surprises. But the surprise was like King heading back for the jungler, for example. Like, so many people were saying like that it's a role that he should never leave. It was the jungler here heading for the XP lane. Another situation is Shykeet playing so well, but Sky at this time with 88% of team participation, and gold lane here, Joel Crew is scary. We're talking about like, and we are making a question if Black Center will be able to peel themselves and peel and protect the carry here to like make a carry shine, and they did it. You know, they were able to do that. They were patient, they were resilient from the early game, in the middle, and the mid game here, and after the Lord team fight that here they were able to neutralize King to use the retribution. So after that, everything went well for Black Sentence. Okay, we can talk about that almost win for a DreamMax, especially King trying to make an amazing backdoor. But even though DreamMax, they were not able to finish the first game here, and Black Sentence comes with the victory.
That's got to be heartbreaking for King, especially getting a great. Was that the first Savage of the South here? And in such grand fashion, and then here's that Savage there, Joel Crew. He dives in after him. He's like, yeah, you're not getting away. I don't care if this tower kills me. And then, unfortunately, Black Sentence, though, let's talk about being able to juggle the fights, get the stun onto the enemy jungler to allow yourself to get yourself the retribution for it, juggling the fact that you have no towers, so you had super minions coming in, so you have to juggle that macro to be able to take down King, to be able to take down that split push there, and still be able to find victory here. That is impressive.
Yeah, Black Sentence was doing an amazing job with the defense. Like the fact that they almost took that tower right here. They almost took it down and was gonna get that win, but it only lived by only a little bit. And they were able to save their tower before they turned it back around. Oh my god, you see that? So little. Oh man.
So that must be heartbreaking here after guaranteeing the Savage in this first game here. We're not able to win for a DreamMax. But even though DreamMax did an amazing job here in the first game, but as we were saying, in the future, we are more to talk about later.
Alright, so they turned that pressure around, and here we go. Sky is the MVP here on that Eve with for 111 KDA, 88.7k total damage, and 656 gold per minute. Was doing an amazing job dishing out that damage and keeping the team alive, giving them that additional CC to help them.
Yeah, and he was one of, I think for me, he was able to set up a great amount of real world manipulations out there for his team. Right from the beginning, he had already was stacking up on the major damage for his team. And I think on the leaderboards we were seeing there, no matter how far ahead it looked like it was for DreamMax, you still had a Sky there at the top when it came to the most damage that he was dishing out there for all of these fights. So hats off to him, because I feel like that also helped enable the carry to be able to do a lot of damage with the speedy light wheel, especially off in the distance. Joel Crew had a great game as well here. I mean, you could see the bursting damage kind of coming out from Sky as well.
Yeah, pero when it